Hey guys, Harrison, I'm back at it once again with a brand new video for you, and welcome to episode 9 of our Grid Autosport Let's Play. Hope you guys have missed the series, and yeah, time for another episode. Sorry I was a little bit late on this one, unfortunately. The only reason why I was late was because I've been settling back into uni this week. I started my first lectures in my final year of my broadcast journalism degree yesterday, and I was super tired after coming home from that because concentrating for 3 hours straight on something is difficult. Trust me. Okay. I've got a quick announcement to make. Good news, if you're a fan of my work, and if you're a fan of some of my older work, good news, FIFA 15 content will be coming to this channel at the end of the week. It'll be a Manchester United career mode, because they've actually got something quite intriguing going on about their team right now. I'll talk more about that in the racing coverage. But there's a little bit of a backstory to that team now, knowing that they famously have got a ridiculously high-powered offense and a shitty defense. They've got something a little bit more intriguing going on about them now this year, which is going to make it interesting. I'm not entirely sure on the format yet, but I'll see if I can get an episode up for Friday. No guarantees. We only ordered the game last night off shop2net, so which hopefully means it will be here tomorrow. Here's hoping. In the meantime, the discipline that won the most votes this past episode was touring. So, the touring cars it is. And we're going to the IBAC Touring Car League. Like the last event, we have 3 events and a cup. See, it's starting to get pretty incredible now that, like, by the time I get to the level 2 events, there are going to be 6 events and a cup. Like, videos are going to be like an hour and a half long. Lord of mercy. Right, the IBAC Touring Car League. 3 events, 1 cup. Let's do this.
Absolutely everything right last season, so have a look at your choices going forward. Razor Motorsport are upping their game and have an offer you should consider.
I like Oakley's offer a little bit more on this one, actually. I think I'm good enough to beat Razor and to finish in the top 5, so we'll take the slightly higher XP at just under 9 grand. Right. So it's going to be 2 races at Brands Hatch, 2 races at Algarve, a mini cup event in the Autosport Raceway in minis, and then 2 laps at Mont Tremblant, the South Loop. So I'm guessing it's not the full circuit. Okay. Sponsor objectives. There's a whole bunch of stuff here. The usual stuff. Teammate Gabriel Monroe. Unproven rookie driver with a lot of potential, but currently lacks experience, resulted in frequent mistakes. A rookie with a lack of experience? Nah. Okay. Let's go. Brands Hatch is one of my favourite tracks, so hopefully this will work out quite quickly. Just checking my phone here real quick in the meantime. I'm shutting this thing off. Well, not off, but on silent, because it's always gone off every time I've recorded one of these episodes in the background. It's really annoying. Okay. It's the full Grand Prix circuit as well, so I hope it's only... So, is it 2 laps, I wonder? Because it's quite a long track in cars that are this slow. Remember, I'm not qualified in this series, so I'm starting from the back. I can't tune the vehicle. It's locked into what I've got, so you know, gotta live with that. Right, so 20 points for the win, down to 1 point for 15th place, and fastest lap gets a bonus point. So gotta remember that one too. Right, it's 3 laps. Let's do this. Race 1 of 2. If I do well in the first race, chances are I end up starting in the back for race 2 anyway.
We want at least 5th in the team standings this season.
Okay, let's rock and roll. Tentative start. Bit of pit ribbon on my own teammate there. Generous curbs. Oh, whoa! Okay. Partly my fault. But when they're that aggressively sweeping across my car like that, that's asking for trouble. Again, I've not played this game in about a week and a half, so I'll have to wait and see how this one works out. Oh, someone's hit the parking bollard there. Whoa. Lucky it didn't go off there. Wow, I could not get anything going in this car right now. There we go. Right, there's a pass. Tell you what though, I'm gonna get friggin' roasted again for starting this FIFA career mode. I mean, for those football fans that aren't in the know, Manchester United lost 5-3 to Leicester at the weekend. Whoa! What is this guy doing? Like I said, they lost 5-3 to Leicester at the weekend after going up 3-1 at half-time, thinking it was going to be quite a comfortable win in the end. And then our defence went into complete meltdown. Tyler Blackett got sent off, so he's now got a 3-game suspension. And yeah, basically the whole thing went to shit. And quite frankly, I hope Van Gaal's idea of a hairdryer treatment was actually probably sexual assault, quite frankly. Looks like I found a bit of pace now in this car. Better late than never, huh? But yeah, hopefully. Hopefully things will get better. I mean, being a Manchester United fan is a bit bipolar at the moment, to be honest. And whatever happens, you're guaranteed that if you fail, you will get the most stick out of anyone. Why? Because Manchester United, and people have been waiting for an opportunity to rip Manchester United apart for years because they were so good in the past. You couldn't really criticise them without looking stupid. Especially when Ferguson, our last manager, was a guy who preached so strongly that the defence wins championships. Down the inside of both team kicker cars. Nice. But yeah, so he was a guy that preached so strongly that defence won championships. And the combination of Vidic and Ferdinand a few years ago was invincible. And now we're stuck with Chris Smalling, Johnny Evans, Phil Jones and Marcos Rojo, who's now going to have to play centre-back next week because we have got 2 centre-backs suspended and another one injured. Like Johnny Evans is apparently on crutches, so he's injured himself again. Look, I'm not saying that United don't deserve the lack of attention. I mean, shit, Van Gaal's had a worse start than David Moyes did. What I am saying, though, is that don't put United's reputation under threat until maybe December. Whoa! Oh! I'm trying that again. Ah. It looks like McCain's gonna just about get me here. No, 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 no! Second. Ah.
You finished ahead of your event rival.
Didn't quite have enough to beat McCain on that one.
We're currently second in
Didn't
the
even get...
championship.
My teammate got fastest lap. What? 128.9. McCain's best lap was a 131 dead and I still couldn't beat him. I tried that last corner dive bomb and it didn't work. Twice. But as I was saying, I mean, people have asked me, like, why do you think Manchester has failed so much lately? And I've always said it. David Moyes was never the right guy. David Moyes was always more of a stopgap, in my opinion.
I've asked your teammate to push for a higher position.
He was more of a stopgap in the sense of a guy to fill the void, and if it didn't work, he could be used as the scapegoat. An excuse in case it all didn't work out, basically. And Moyes tapped. Whoa! It happened again? You can't just completely ignore your presence in this fucking game. Oh, God. I'm thoroughly convinced that the AI in this game have no awareness of where you are in relation to them. That's better. Right. As I was saying, like, this is a guy who wasn't playing Adnan Januzaj, our main creative force, because he felt he didn't want to play him too much. Like, if you want to make young players develop, you have to play them. That's basic principle. Like, look at a guy like Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain at Arsenal, a guy who I think is actually a really good football player, but has never had a chance to break Arsenal's first team properly and consistently. And I thought, you know what, I looked at him and I thought, his career's done. Mainly because they bought Sanchez, a guy that plays in his exact same kind of position. Chamberlain's now like Arsenal's 7th choice for that offensive line. It's ridiculous. But as I was saying, we never addressed the fact we needed a central midfielder. We should have got Ander Herrera in last season when we had the chance. That's one thing.
I've got 2 laps.
The second thing was we needed a new left back because Luke Shaw was shocking. So Luke Shaw was great last year, and Patrice Evra was terrible. Whoa. Right, I got the lead, so I can talk a bit more now. Right. Yeah, as I was saying, that was a thing. And tactically, David Moyes brought nothing to the table. Just played boring 4-4-2s and then took the credit when we signed Mata. Whoops. But yeah, like I said, it was just one of those things where you just sit there and you go, wow, like, is Moyes this incompetent? And I think losing out on the double to Everton was the final straw for David Moyes. I think everybody who wasn't against him already, well, I think that sealed it pretty much. But yeah, I made a full video about this a few months ago when Moyes got sacked. It was about a 25-minute rant, just talking about, you know, everything, every aspect of it. If you want to see it, go find it on my channel somewhere. Just search for David Moyes, and I'm sure you'll find it. It's one of my most popular videos, actually. There's over 1,000 views on it.
Fastest lap this race.
But we're now in the era of Van Gaal, and while I like Van Gaal and I like his tactical astuteness, he needed to buy defense last year, and Rojo and Shaw was not going to be enough. He effectively bought 2 left backs, while ignoring the centre back problem. I know the guy is ridiculously high on Kevin Strootman for January, and I'm thinking, we don't need Strootman. We need centre backs. We need at least 2 more centre backs. One of them world class, like someone like a Mats Hummels or a Jerome Boateng. I would love somebody like that. The problem is that now Jerome Boateng is now probably Bayern's best centre back, and he's gotten better and better to the point where he's now world class and starting for Germany every game. And Mats Hummels, I don't think Klopp is going to sell. That's his captain. I know Klopp eventually sells everyone, but Klopp will be a fool to sell Matt Hummels. I don't care what the price tag is. And it's not like we'd have a lack of interest either, because Chelsea and Barcelona have been sniffing over Matt Hummels for quite a while. Even though Chelsea really don't need Matt Hummels. Their defence is good enough, and they lost David Luiz in the window, and they're still playing really good football. As we come around and take a very convincing win.
Your event rival will be replaying that over and over. Great win.
I think Ravenwest struggled.
You did great. Same can't be said about your teammate.
McCain in 10th, Wesley in 12th. Fantastic. What's weird is, right, Aaron O'Sullivan had the fastest lap of the race. But yet I got the point for fastest lap with 21. Okay. I'm not complaining or anything, but whatever. 39 points. I've got a 12-point lead in the season standings. McCain 12 points back. Aaron O'Sullivan now at 1 point ahead of Aaron Wesley. Right. Let's go to the Algarve, shall we? Yeah, but you know, I love what Van Gaal's done with the offense. I mean, like Di Maria was a signing I thought was going to be a vanity signing, a guy we didn't really need. But Di Maria opened my eyes to the fact we have had no one creatively with pace in our side for a long time, and no, Ashley Young doesn't count. We did need a guy like that. We did need a creative winger, and that's exactly what Di Maria's brought to the table. He is friggin' insane. I mean, his finish against Leicester was absolute world class. And he's a world class player. He's walked into the league and has looked like it's already their best playmaker. Like David Silva levels of playmaking, and David Silva is a guy that really is an attacking midfielder. Whoa! Car in its side. Whoa! This AI, man, it's so bad. Right, let's see if we can see where we can. I'm already 6 seconds off the lead. I've probably already made it impossible for me to win this race. Whoa! I couldn't even see the corner because of the car in the way. Danny Blind, I think, has been our best signing, though. Blind looks tremendously good. That was a ridiculously harsh penalty, by the way. Like, Blind has been that calming force in the midfield we've needed for a long time. Like, well, people said he was shit, but I think Van Gaal's already proved that he fits the system very well. Herrera's been pretty darn good. It's nice to have a decent midfield again for a little bit. And, you know, Di Maria's been electric. Falcao's looked pretty gamey. That first goal will come for Falcao next week, I reckon, against West Ham. It's coming. He's already showing like he's a very nice player. His cross for Van Persie's goal was amazing.
Alright, one lap down in this position. Let's take some places.
Because of the nature of that corner, you can be quite generous with it, actually. But yeah, hopefully I can bring some entertainment with the FIFA career mode for it. And I'm going to try not to follow in friggin' Master Buck's footsteps. I mean, I don't know what he was doing signing Ricardo Rodriguez for when he's already got Luke Shaw. Dude has Luke Shaw and Marcos Rojo who can play left back. And what does he do? He buys a third left back. Don't get me wrong, I love Master Bucks, but I thought that was a bit thick. The centre back idea, the centre back he picked up for like 7 mil, who's rated 80 and 21. I can't remember his name. I think he plays at Bilbao. What? Is this... Like, FIFA still has really dumb transfer moves a lot of the time, by the looks of it. That was a nice corner. But yeah, hopefully I'll put out a first episode on Friday or Saturday, and then we'll go from there. I mean, you could be getting 4 videos a week out of me. That sounds pretty nice, doesn't it? Video every 2 days. And a lot of people have asked me about my uni schedule and whether that will get in the way. My tentative answer to that question is no. I mean, I can't say for sure yet, but I'm pretty confident that, given that a lot of the work I'm doing is practical and not theory-based, where I've got to, you know, read books and sit down for a lot of the time, I don't think it will really affect me. I say this now, it's not going to be like Argy, where a lot of his uni work is theory. I know, because I know what the course he's taking. And I'm not going to be into the barrier, and I'm not going to leave all of a sudden. If I had a feeling that this would take up too much of my time where I wouldn't make videos anymore, I would tell you. It still might be like that, maybe when I'm doing my dissertation or my special projects later in the year. But for at least the first semester, this shouldn't be a problem. I'm pretty confident I'll still be able to make vids and go to uni at the same time. I'm trying to get up there now. Running out of time. Bit of a tap there. I'm going full British Touring Car Championship right now. Where's Matt Neal when you need him? Just couldn't get through in the end there. Wesley put the wall up. 4th place. Not bad.
Nice, you finished ahead of your event rival.
He's like start ahead of all these dudes in the next race.
You're ahead of your teammate in the driver standings.
And just a 10th off the fastest. Actually, no, I did actually get the bonus point for fastest lap again, with 14 rather than 13. Even though the time says here that Emil Borkeland got the fastest lap with a 1:43 dead, but whatever. Still leading, but now only by 5 points over Nathan McCain. Wesley's still down the order now, 19 points back, but McCain winning was not ideal. Hopefully I can take advantage of the reverse grid again to hopefully... I've got plenty of experience working my way through the back, so hopefully McCain will be a little bit further back. He starts from the back of the field now, which should make it interesting.
I've asked your teammate to push for a higher position.
Didn't get off to a good start, mind you. McCain's already got overtaken me, actually. Oh my god! Where did that Team Kicker car come from? And before anyone in the comments comments on me being aggressive, I haven't got much of a choice against these cars sometimes. Going the long way around it. Oh my god! There we go. Right, where's Diego Gomez gonna go here? Whoa! Biffs and bangs everywhere. Whoa! Well, this is making the video more fun, I suppose. There we go. My God, car spinning out everywhere. Come on.
Keeping up with the pace.
Last of the late breakers. Up into 5th place. Teammate's actually in 3rd right now, doing a great job. Bit of a long way around it. Tried to cut back. Varga just put his car, I couldn't quite get it. I might try the outside in. No, I'm gonna try the inside. Oh, he's put his car. I literally just can't get in there. Car's like, I will take this line no matter what you do. That was nice. Jesus, happened again. I'm into the section now, the fact where it's really hard to pass people. I'm going to have a nice slipstream here on this dude. Bobbing and weaving.
You've set the fastest lap this race.
Taking a very defensive line. Whoa. Overcooked it on the brake in there, but still got away with that somehow. Down the inside, and we're making the move stick. Just about. I'm going to try and get a fastest lap in now. Now I've got some clear air in front of me. Oh man. In case you're wondering, I'm taping this at like 10 o'clock in the morning. I only woke up about an hour ago. Believe it or not. I should still be half asleep. In bed. Drenching myself in tea and coffee. I've got work tonight as well. So I'm trying to record as much as I can. Basically, before I head off to Eurogamer on Friday and Saturday. I'm at Eurogamer on Friday and Saturday. If you're coming down for it, come and say hi. I love talking to you guys, I really do, and you know I love the fans. You know, all 5 of you out there. I'm sure you will enjoy my content. So yeah, if you're around, come and say hi. I mean, a lot of the F1 guys are all going to be hanging out together, like we did last year. So if you're going to be down for it, say hi. We don't bite, seriously. Well, maybe apart from Matty. That's about it. There we go, got the win and the fastest lap, so 21 points. 143.8. Shows what I can do with a clear track in front of me. Nice. So you now have a 24-point lead in the standings over Nathan McCain. He must have had a terrible race. Kennedy now up to 3rd, O'Sullivan 4th, Wesley now 5th with 39 points. Overall, Oakley there with 91. Ahead of Raven West's 89. Okay. Another 7,680 XP. And time for the cup events. Let's have some fun. The classic mini challenge. Okay. Atletico Madrid version sleeve of FIFA 15 held by Anton Griezmann. I'm just checking my Twitter right now. Right, Moreau. Okay, it's a 4-lap cup race. Remember, cup races don't count as anything towards overall standings, they're just a bit of a laugh, really. But it's a nice bonus event to have as a win, I suppose. I like that. It's just a fun event, so take some big risks. You do not need to tell me that twice. Let's see how these minis handle, shall we? Oh, these are fun. I've already seen doors come off now in the corner. Of course. Right. I remember the Autosport Raceway. It's a pretty simple track, I suppose. Oh, hello. They all went a bit wide there, and I just ended up taking like 3 of them. And this corner's pretty much flat out, even with the other mini in the way. Use that draft. Well, what's a draft you can get in a 100-mile-an-hour mini? You can tell these dudes really are touring car drivers because they are just completely unafraid to rub, paint, and bang into each other. Whoa, game froze for a second there. Oh! Happened again. Gomez and Zielinski up front. Oh, I hit him pretty hard there. These minis are made of strong stuff. As I damage the steering, of course. Oh, bit of understeer there. Luckily, it says steering is damaged, but it feels fine to me. These cars are punchy. They've got a nice amount of power coming out of acceleration in the corners, and they handle quite well. They're fun. Let's talk about Singapore for a little bit, because I don't really talk about F1 races individually anymore on this channel, because I think race reviews are kind of unethical, but whatever. Singapore wasn't that exciting, really. I kind of overpraised it for its driving skill at the time, but let's be honest here. I've watched the race twice, because I do that for any review I write. I watched the race twice. The whole Hamilton thing was a real anticlimax at the end, because Mercedes is a car that is so fast, and Lewis Hamilton is a driver that's so good that no matter what strategy they were going to do, they could pull it off. And, you know, this was one of those very rare moments where Mercedes had to give it everything they had to win that Grand Prix, and that's exactly what they did. And it was a magnificent drive from Lewis Hamilton. It really was. It was perfection. Guy didn't put a foot wrong. He had the pace the whole way through, and when they had to put the hammer down, Hamilton really put the hammer down, and it was an incredibly impressive drive. And it was very similar to, I think, to Sebastian Vettel's drive last year, where he won by like half a minute after the safety car and just destroyed everybody. People were in awe of that performance. But it was just unbelievable stuff from Hamilton. You know what? As a Sebastian Vettel fan, I was so happy he came in second. He needed a drive like that. He really did, because he was in the middle of every fan under the sun calling his titles into question because of dumb arguments like, oh well, Ricciardo's beating him in a car this year. That means Vettel must be terrible. Like, shut up. Hey, level 3. Sweet. We've got the Zoom International Touring Car Series. I'm sure we'll get to that soon. But like I said, people are saying, oh, well, you know, Ricciardo's been so good, Vettel's been exposed, he just had a shit teammate all along, and it was all the car, blah, 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 blah. Like, do you people not realise that Ricciardo has had 2,000 kilometres more runtime than Sebastian Vettel has had in that car? Nearly 7 races worth. Given, this is going back to testing. 2,000 kilometres, nearly 7 Grand Prix worth of extra runtime. No wonder Ricciardo's had the better season. Going back to testing, Ricciardo's had way more runtime in a brand new car because of the testing issues. Vettel's been playing catch-up from the moment the season started, believe it or not. So, for him to come in second, and arguably one of his best tracks in Singapore, and, you know, beating Ricciardo straight up when, you know, Alonso further back, who all had pretty much the same car in terms of performance. I was very happy with that, especially given he had to play really hard defense. And Ricciardo was once again, Ricciardo was put on a better strategy with fresher tyres. I was like, nearly flipped Gomez over in that car, lordy. I can play it pretty safe around here though, because I've got a 24-point lead. But it was nice just to have, you know, a good result for Seb, because he has been so unlucky this season. And, you know, from mechanical retirements to from Red Bull putting him on the wrong strategies, like at Britain, like in Hungary, you know, like in Italy, where, like, what, dude, 35 laps on the prime tyre? What the hell were you thinking, Helmut Marko? Stupid boy. But, you know, it's not nice as a Vettel fan when people immediately want to call your shit into question. Whoa. People immediately want to call you out when you know, for the one bad season he's had. I mean, let's put it to you this way, right? A lot of people already had doubts about Sebastian Vettel because of the car. You know, it's a new age Formula 1 fan theory that the best car means you're not as good a driver unless you win in multiple cars now, because that's the logic that a lot of F1 fans try to use, which isn't exactly, oh god, isn't exactly straight up logic, but you know, it's pretty flawed logic. But then again, most driver pound for pound arguments have flawed logic in them somewhere. But because people weren't fully convinced on Sebastian originally, this season is like their vindication. Like, this season proves it. Vettel just had a good car all along, and he's in a not so good car, he doesn't perform. People don't realise when Seb hasn't had a problem in his car, he's actually performed pretty darn well, mostly. Because like Seb's had like 2 bad weekends. Like China was a pretty bad weekend, but like moments like Germany where he came in 4th, good weekend. Spain came from 15th to finish in 4th, great weekend. People were too busy talking about Ricciardo's 3rd to talk about Vettel coming from 15th to 4th. Not to mention the mechanical retirements, where from good positions as well.
You've set the fastest lap this race.
Oh god, I got a crack in the windscreen. This is a hard track to pass, people. But yeah, overall, I'm not taking anything away from Ricciardo's performances this season. He's been great. He's been my driver of the year. Because I think he's just shocked and stunned everybody this year. But people wanting to throw Vettel under the bus are not thinking straight. I mean, dudes, he's only 8 points, but he's only about 8 points behind the beloved son of the internet, Fernando Alonso, again. So we're just going to use the excuse that Ferrari's car was worse again this year? Because seriously, that one's getting a bit old now. I get that Alonso's the people's crusader, and you know he's the people's champion of drivers because he's done it in crappy cars. But I'm being real with you here. Ferrari's cars have never been that bad. Only 2013 was their car really, really bad. And that was the second after they changed the tyre compounds around. I feel like I found my signature passing spot, by the way. That corner is nice. But I'm only in 8th place right now, so I need to try and get up the field a bit more.
Let's get out of mid-pack.
Down the outside, that's nice. Got a bit too wide there. I've got a flashback, might as well use it, tactically speaking. Can I get him on the switchback, I wonder? He's going to draft as well, though, so I don't think it's going to happen. Well, not a good performance on my part. 7th. This is not a fun track. It really isn't. Because it's hard to pass people around here. 9 points in the end. My gap's down to 15 points, but I think I've got... I mean, as long as I don't come in last, I'll win the title. Pretty much. And if there's anything as an advantage, I can start higher up the field this next time around, so this shouldn't be as bad. But what else does it talk about? I mean, look at the thing is, I'm getting pretty tired of the whole Hamilton versus Rosberg thing now. I really am. Like, I'm getting stupid shit after every seriously. I had like 5 questions on Ask FM trying to break down Rosberg's psychological psyche after saying "damn it" after being out qualified by 7 thousandths of a second. Like, seriously. I thought Rosberg was quite modest in his reaction. Seriously, if I was out-qualified by my teammate by 7 thousandths for pole, you'd be hearing a lot more fruity language than me than "damn it," quite frankly. And I'm like, oh, well, Rosberg was much more calm when in Bahrain. And I'm like, well, dude, this one's for a championship. Oh, McCain's crashed. Excellent. Trouble here, I'm kind of boxed in.
You're on pace, make some gains on that too.
Oh god. I'm pulling that one right the way back. I was stuck in a box there, really.
5 laps left.
But yeah, except overall, like, Hamilton took 25 points out of Rosberg's championship lead and eliminated it completely. It's effectively a whole different championship now. Because Hamilton now leads by 3 points rather than being down by 22. It's funny, Hamilton's had 1 extra retirement compared to Rosberg, but Rosberg didn't take full advantage of those mistakes that Hamilton's made in race, or technical errors that Hamilton's made in race, to its maximum. I mean, Rosberg took 18 points out of Hamilton in Canada when he retired. Any time that Rosberg made Hamilton pay was the opening race in Australia where he won. Whoa, a guy in the wall. That's a penalty? Damn game. This track is a glorified oval, for Christ's sake. Nice double pass though, mind you. See if I can make this one stick over the hill. You're not coming through here, mate.
You've set the fastest lap this race.
Okay, that was a cut, I will admit. Oh, come on! But yeah, like, Rosberg only took 18 points out of Hamilton the other 2 times it happened, and the time Hamilton had a fuel failure in Hungary, Hamilton actually gained points on Rosberg, not the other way around. So it's like, the retirements, Rosberg's lost 50 points to Hamilton, and I think Hamilton's, lost 51 in mechanical issues. So they're practically identical. It's a whole new, this is effectively now a 5-race championship. And then hell, given the way double points might play out, it might end up being a 1-race championship. Who wins in Abu Dhabi takes the title. Thing is, Hamilton now knows Hamilton's now got some breathing room. Before, Hamilton pretty much had to be perfect to win the title. Now it's anyone's game. But, you know, the feud and them going back and forth, it's all pretty silly now, to be honest. Like, the media are so focused and zenned in on this, especially on Hamilton's end, that, you know, I've almost stopped caring who wins this year's title now. It doesn't matter, because whatever happens, the other fan base is going to get pissed off about it. The Rosberg fans will say, oh, well, you know, Hamilton was favoured the whole way through, and the Hamilton fans will say Rosberg was favoured the whole way through, and, you know, Hamilton was robbed of mechanical retirements, and I'm like, well, tough. That's racing. Suck it up. I did it again. I overran the oval corner there. Damn it, it's going to be second. Ah well, still won the overall title. There it is.
Well done. You beat Nathan McCain.
Yeah, now he passes him. Of course.
Ah, they only just had you. Only just.
Not bad. McCain was 7th in the end. Where was the other Raven West dude? Well, Wesley was 5th. Good comeback. But yeah, overall, we win the title with 100 points. McCain, 78 in second. Wesley, 70 in third. Excellent stuff. Second in the team side as well, just behind Raven West. Pretty sweet overall. Another 6,270 XP. And the end of season results will give us another 14,000.
Everything they asked, and that's a clear message to the other teams that you mean.
So we get the first stamp for the Touring Car Lead and the Classic Mini Challenge. Excellente. That couldn't have gone much better, really. And now we are above the level 3 threshold for touring cars now as well. So, for next episode, you have a choice between endurance, between tuner and street. So, these are your choices: endurance, tuner, or street for next episode. One of the 3.
Good work. You've done enough to get.
See, look, the next events, they're like, that one's only got only two offers on it, but it's only got 2 events in it. This one's got friggin' 6. it's ridiculous how this game plans out these things out sometimes. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and I will catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Sayonara.